And now, the general weather around Alaska.
On our hazardous weather graphic, we've got winter weather advisories out for the central and eastern Arctic coast for tomorrow, and portions of the western Arctic coast and the northwest interior. These are wind chill advisories. Wind chill advisory continues out for Shishmaref down toward Tin City. And also a wind chill advisory out for the Bristol Bay Area, Kuskokwim Delta, Nunivak Island, and portions of the Alaska Peninsula, eastern areas there. Again, for wind chills, 40 to 60 below zero. And a winter weather advisory here for the Susitna Valley and the Anchorage area, Palmer down to the Kenai Peninsula, the eastern Kenai Peninsula into western Prince William Sound for moderate to heavy snowfall here tonight and tomorrow. Also right up to the Alaska Range there. And then north of Fairbanks, some winter weather advisories also for moderate amounts of snow, maybe some blowing snow. And for the southeast coast, all the red areas here indicating high wind warnings out for the area for possible wind gusts over 65 miles an hour. And on the satellite, you can see lots of moisture streaming northward here into the southeast coast today. Also for the eastern North Gulf Coast with another wet day there for areas from Cordova to Yakutat and on down the southeast coast. And moisture streaming northward here, spreading snow, actually coming westward from Prince William Sound. Snow, strong winds gusting to 45 miles an hour, 7 degrees in Seward this afternoon. Wasilla seeing moderate snow, the temperature of 4 below zero. Not too often you get snow like that with temperatures below zero here in the southern Susitna Valley or Anchorage area, south central Alaska, but this winter's the exception. And rolling this through again, you can see streaming moisture streaming northward here over the eastern interior, spreading snow up into the Denali Park area and to a lesser extent in the mid and upper Tanana Valley areas. Very cold again today after cold overnight lows over the western interior all the way up to the Arctic coast there. For example, Tanana had an overnight low of 58 degrees below zero that occurred earlier this morning. And out over the Pribilofs, a lot of snow showers there. System tracking southeastward that brought 61 miles an hour, 61 mile an hour peak wind gust overnight to St. Paul with moderate to heavy snow there. That shifted down weekend as it passed over the eastern Aleutians. Otherwise, just a lot of snow showers out to the west. On the chart, there's that low tracking southeastward across eastern Aleutians. Another weaker one back there over the northwest. Not much going on other than just widespread clouds and snow over the Bering Sea. Winds on the light side. Snow, moderate to heavy snow spreading northward and slowly westward here as again into northern Cook Inlet and the Manuska Valley pushing in toward the Susitna Valley during the day today. Snow into Prince William Sound, changing to rain at Cordova. Eastward to Yakutat seeing rain and gusty winds. Winds gusting 50-55 miles an hour at the exposed areas along the coast here. 37 mile an hour peak wind gust at Juneau out of the east-southeast. And for tonight, stays very cold and dry with light winds. Central and western part of the state, snow spreading westward and northward, now covering just about all of the eastern interior from the southern slopes of the eastern Brooks Range right on down into the Barren Islands there, Kenai Peninsula, Prince William Sound, and mixture of rain or snow, say for Cordova, snow for Valdez, snow in the Copper River Basin again, heavy snow in fact there, moderate to heavy snow over south central Alaska. Gusty winds and rain, high wind warnings again over areas of the Panhandle there with again possible gusts 65 miles an hour with another good shot of rain as this front presses in toward the coast. Stays cold and snowy for the Alaska Peninsula, snow showers for the eastern Aleutians. And then looking ahead to tomorrow, slow tracks right up into south central Alaska. Snow continues tomorrow here over the area into the Copper River Basin and begins to dry out over Kodiak Island as those winds turn more northwest, and that's going to be cold northwest winds pulling below zero temperatures out of Bristol Bay there, so falling into the single numbers tomorrow afternoon for Kodiak Island, and stays wet and windy over the Panhandle, and that will begin to improve a little bit there, but still southwest flow, keeping a trough here along the North Gulf Coast into the Panhandle. So precipitation will ease off. Winds definitely die off. A big let up in the winds on Tuesday there for the Panhandle as this next warm front starts to spread some moisture up toward Prince of Wales Island for increasing rain there in the afternoon. Otherwise, high pressure building into the interior dries it out over much of the area, or keeps it dry here in the west and begins to dry it out in the east here as the snow pushes east and north. Still snow lingering, Prince William Sound, central eastern Alaska Range, eastern Copper River Basin, into the Matanuska Valley. Still some snow showers there up into the Talkeetnas, but definitely a lot big improvement Tuesday over what we'll be seeing tonight and tomorrow over south central Alaska. In fact, all the eastern interior. Low pressure to south of Kodiak Island keeps a chance of snow showers there over the southern island. Another low here tracking into the Pribilof brings more snow and gusty winds into that area with snow across the Alaska Peninsula and eastern Aleutians. Otherwise, light winds with cold temperatures and snowy conditions for the remainder of the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Lows tonight out there in the 20s for the entire Aleutian chain, but cooling to about 18 for Unalaska Dutch Harbor area, and 0 to 15 for the Alaska Peninsula. Right around 5 to 7 for the Pribilofs, but below zero, well below zero, St. Lawrence Island, all the way out to the southwest coast, including Nunivak Island, 20 to 25 below here for Bristol Bay, 6 for Kodiak, right around zero with snow for south central Alaska here, and the Copper River Basin staying above zero with all the clouds and snow there, but still below zero north of the Alaska Range. Coldest areas out here to the west, and the Panhandle will be the warmest, with highs barely getting under 50 degrees there for Prince of Wales Island. And then highs tomorrow into the lower 50s for the southern Panhandle, lower 40s or lower to mid 40s for the eastern North Gulf Coast to Skagway. Mid 20s Copper River Basin. Valdez may push up to 35, but staying in the 10 to 15 degree range for south central Alaska. Well below zero west of the Alaska Range, but warming here, as you can see, over the areas north of in the upper Tanana Valley. 40-mile country there, rising above zero, 5 to 15 in these areas. And then the lows back down below zero with the high pressure building in, clearing skies. So 5 to 15 below south central Alaska, right around zero for Kodiak, 20 to 25 below again, Bristol Bay, and 25 to 40 below for the western interior, and still below zero right out to the coastline there. Near 20 below for St. Lawrence Island, mid-teens for the Pribilofs, 20s for the Aleutians, and highs here. A little cooler, but not much. Still in the 40s for the Panhandle and above zero, holding there for Bristol Bay. Highs just 5 below to 5 above for south central Alaska, closer to 10 for Homer, 15 Kodiak, and 0 to 10 below for Bristol Bay, 15 to 25 below for the west central interior areas.